afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad you could make it. Today, as you know, we have a very inspiring musician here with us from Baltimore, Maryland. But he lives here now, of course. Mr. Jae Deal. A big hand for Jay. As you know, Jay is a proper bass player as well as a keyboard bass player extraordinaire. He's a composer, producer, session player, brilliant guy. And he's going to talk to us today about keyboard bass. He has performed with Snoop Dogg, he's worked with Lady Gaga, Janet Jackson, many, many others.
Sometimes we don't have one of these good speakers and everything. How do you get the tone to sound good as far as key bass and smaller settings?
This is just funny because I just played this keyboard at church a couple Sundays ago, and we have two services. The first service I played, and they don't have big subs or anything either. So whatever they're dealing with, I had to just make it translate. And this is the sound that I chose at first. So this right now has some sub content in it, and it sounds to me like the cutoff and the resonance are at a place where it's going to cut through 250 hertz and up in between 250 and 500. That's when you get a nice defined bass sound. A lot of people think it's like between 80 and 100 or something, which is very important. That's like the primary harmonic or the initial harmonic. Then you go up an octave above that, like around 200 and some 300 range. That's where the definition comes in. Like the power, okay, the rumble comes from like 80 and 75 and under. That's like the sub, like ooh. Then the power comes from like between 80 and I'd say like 180 hertz. Then the definition comes from like 200 to like 500 hertz. So I was playing this sound at first, which has a lot of sub component in it. Then by trial and error, I figured out that when I put the modulation up, this might not be the sound. It's the same sound, which is amazing. I can't put it. It's the same sound. I just put this up some, and it kind of rolled off the lower end, and people were saying that it sounded more clear when I took out some of the lower frequencies. Now, if I was in a stadium setting, then the engineer in a big gig, he'd be like, don't cut that out. Like, give me the option of taking frequencies out. You know, give me everything. But at a church or when you don't have these types of setups, then you want to go for definition being heard and try to look for finding the best representation of sound you want between 200 and 350 hertz.